guys, Daily here, and welcome to my newest Let's Play, The Room 4, Old Sins. Yeah, I had originally said I wasn't going to do this because it, changed profile. New profile. Daily. Yeah, of course. Confirm. Okay, so now we're going to play a new game. Yeah. I had originally said I wasn't going to do this because it was basically not available for Steam. It was only still available for, iPhone. Well, phones. Android, you know what I mean. For phones and tablets. But they ported it to Steam, and so now I'm going to do it. Still not going to do the fifth one because VR makes me hurl. This one's a little different than the previous three, so unlike those where I would do a chapter at a time, in this one I'm going to just do 30-minute episodes, like I usually do, or roughly 30-minute episodes. Still going to probably be a short LP, but it's a longer game than the others. And so here we are. Boy, it's stuttering just a bit. Well, that should be okay, I hope. I've searched every room in the house but this attic. I won't get much farther in the dark. Well, yeah, click and drag the screen to look around. Flip the switch. I think it's broken. I'll need the screwdriver for my case. Yeah, it's the usual tutorial. There's always one, which I kind of appreciate, actually. Hello. H. My notebook holds all the information I was given for this assignment. So we click on the notebook. We open the notebook. I said we open the notebook. Notorious engineer dismissed from the Royal Institute. Mr. Edward Lockwood provokes fury of the Royal Institute. Subject profile, name Edward Lockwood. Age 32. Height 176 centimeters. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm bad with that. Notes. Trained as a mechanical engineer. Dabbled in chemistry. Marriage to Abigail Waldegrave. Raised status. Led to assistant position at the Royal Institute. Position lasted 1 year. Dismissal occurred due to unspecified misconduct. Deceased pioneer bequeaths estate to only daughter. Renowned artist Mrs. Abigail Lockwood inherits troubled Waldegrave Manor. Burdened with debt, a poison chalice. Spouse profile. Name, Mrs. Abigail Lockwood, née Waldegrave. Age, 28. Height, 162 centimeters. Notes. Classically trained artist known for funding exhibitions. Only child of the esteemed Hugo Waldegrave. Marriage to Edward was controversial. On her father's death, Abigail inherited Waldegrave Manor and family's substantial debt. And then we've got a nice big floor plan. Collector report. 1st of November, Mr. Lockwood's reports to my employers have ceased. Probable interference by his wife. Current whereabouts unknown. 12th November, police search of Waldegrave Manor yields nothing. These matters are far beyond their understanding. 14th of November, my employers insist the sample remains within Waldegrave Manor. By now, its effects will be unmistakable to a trained eye. Find the trail, follow it to the source. And there we are. So, double-click on the screwdriver. Yep, mystery disappearance. As you can see, we're in London. Right. I don't know London well enough to comment on that. What was that? What was that? I need a better look. Back to the floodlight. Screwdriver. Click and drag. Yep, there we go. And pull it out. Complete the circuit. That's easy enough. Wait a minute. Oh, great. Tentacles. You got a hentai infestation. A Dollhouse. Something isn't right. Tutorial. Investigate the dollhouse. Well, this is upside down. And we can open, and that opens the doors to the dollhouse. Schiller! This surface looks unusual. I'll need something else for my case. And if we look over here, everyone has secrets. Mine just happened to be hidden in this box. Well, this looks suspicious. There we go. Just had to do it a little less quickly. An eyepiece. I'll need to open this for it to be of any use. So this teaches you that you can, and often have to, mess with stuff in the inventory screen to get it to be appropriately useful. And now we have an eyepiece, as we always do. Click to wear the eyepiece, break the seal, find the null. Sometimes the eyepiece can be used to see things that are otherwise hidden. I should use the eyepiece to examine the dollhouse. Again, like with the others, it is not this hand-holdy after the tutorial ends. In fact, this one I had much more trouble getting through the first time. Well, obviously we need to put that there. And we need to move that there. Good. And we need to move that there. How interesting. Yeah, this is, I gotta say, this dollhouse, puzzle box dollhouse is really cool. So, click the eyepiece. Double click the symbol. So, this, instead of being divided up into puzzle boxes or areas, this place is divided up into rooms of the dollhouse. But you will not do a one room at a time. You may leave a room and come back to it. Quite often, actually. Etiquette for husband and wife. Well, this is where we will get most of our story. They are unloading apparatus by the cartload, and I see my husband transform into a wide-eyed child. He hasn't been this animated since he left the Royal Institute. The men work in silence and stand awkwardly in my presence, heads down, silent. They will not hold my gaze. They look so desperate. I move aside, stay out of their way. Why are certain men so threatened by women of intelligence? They will warm to me as they come to know me, I am sure. The main thing is that Edward is working again. It seems the books in this dollhouse hold more than their covers suggest. I suspect they will be key to uncovering what happened here. Very possibly. Okay, so, first and most important thing, turn on, aha. If we come in and look at this, well, can we move this thing? Is it doing anything? No, we can't, and it's not doing anything, so that's not teaching us anything. So, alright then. Okay, nope, nothing over there. Let's see. Well, let's come in this way. Aha! If you look at the bottom of here, you get a brass mechanical coin. Well, and if you pull that out, it turns into a pinwheel. And what do you know? the pinwheel opens this thing. So let us move in and look at it. And of course, Schiller. Okay. So if you mess with this a bit, let's see here. We better mess with this bit first. There we are. Now we move this like that again, I think. Ah, yes. All right, now we're getting an idea. So we just have to flip it around. And there we are. And we get a family crest. Well, this looks like it belongs on the dollhouse. So we zoom out. We zoom out again. And I will probably keep accidentally zooming out when I mean to do other things, because that's just how this control scheme works for me. So, audacia et industria, boldness and industry. The seal, the null must lie beyond. Okay. Well, it's flashing. You click on it. It makes an ominous pong noise. And we get a stag. Now, if you looked at that crest, there's a stag on one side and a swan on the other. No swan. But also, the stag is facing the wrong way. And what do you know? There's knurling. Come on. This thing is tricky today. There we go. Face the stag the right way. And we get a silver mechanical coin. Well, we know where to use that, but first, put the eyepiece on, zoom in, double click. You do have to double click. If you only click once, it just sort of wobbles. So, right. Is it me, or does that look like Misha Collins? Thank you. Come around here, where there is a silver setup. Scroll in, and now we've got that other side. So we can see here that that's sort of a scythe shape. That was a lot easier to do. And we get an ornate metal panel. And a thingy-bob. Yeah, we get a puzzle. Okay, so what we need to do is, if you turn this, they can fall, and you can hit the buttons. Alright, so now we can hit these two buttons. Well, no, we can only hit that button easily enough, so what you have to do is, and you have to hit the buttons pretty much one right after the other. So if I spin that, right. We can now hit these two blue buttons right away. Good. Flip that back. That lets that fall. Flip that back again. And turn it one more time. I'm so bad at this. Oh, come on, dude. There we go. And now hit the white buttons. Might help if I moved my mouse closer to me. And now we have to do 3 at a time. This one can be a little more funky. So we're going to start with the yellow because it's the easiest. Good. Now, if I flip this that way, come on, and then turn it, the white would fall, but nothing else would. So we're going to flip that back, and we're going to flip it like this. Good. Now if you flip that there and flip it back, nope, didn't quite do that right. Let's see. Flip it back. There we go. No. Okay, if I do it that way, if I flip that way, and then flip that way, we'll at least get the blue. So let's do that. Okay. Yeah, this is actually a little harder to do with a mouse than it is with fingers, I think. Okay, so now we need the white. So if we flip that way, that opens that white up, and we can flip that back. Thank you. And we can flip that way. That should open us up the whites. Yes. Yeah, this one's actually a little more puzzly in some ways, which is kind of cool. And we get a freaky container. A strange artifact. And when you claim a strange artifact, tentacles show up. I gotta tell you, Mrs. Lockwood, you got a nasty black mold problem here. Okay. So, we check out the seal, and the first room burns away, sorta. I have found the seal my employer spoke of. It is weakened, but far from broken. I am clearly on the path to finding the null element. Continue. Because we're going to keep going, because, like I said, this is a much longer one. The artifact I picked up, I think I should take a closer look at it. Well, if you insist. Hit the button, Frank, and it opens up to reveal a swan. You can check the swan over. There's nothing particularly interesting about it, but we know where it goes. And that gets us a model lamp. Well, obviously, that has to go somewhere here on the dollhouse. Is there somewhere that is missing a lamp? Yes, there is! It can be a little difficult to see, but... And that turns on the lights, which is really cool. And gives us a nice pan around the dollhouse. Oh, hey! I think we just saw where the, that ornamental panel goes. Swear to God, if this thing's stuttering causes any problem like in the last LP, I will be annoyed. Oh well. So, ornamental panel. Now, for fun, we get to make, it needs to be, I believe, the mirror of this. So we move in. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is turn this. But as you see, you can't quite turn it because these things are in the way. So we first turn all of... Okay. We turn those around, and then you can move those caliper thingies and turn these Now this turns perfectly. Now, if you zoom out again to get another look at this, you see that these two on the outside need to point up. So, or, well, up and down, outward, vertically. You know what I mean. So, and the other two need to point like this. And that drops the wall, of all things. Click on an eyepiece. We get a new room. This is where we will start having to enter and exit rooms. We're going to have to do that a lot. There's our book. First, we click on the eyepiece. There's our book. And there's the artifact. We ain't getting that for a while. A Manual for the Steam Engine by Thomas Woodbridge. My wife calls, her voice rising up from the hall. Is it today? So soon. My mouth hangs limp as I watch my humble study transformed. There are entire faculties less well equipped. Some of the machinery I can barely name. I remember to smile, remember to breathe. The target of my research is a curious thing, some newly discovered element, the properties of which are ill understood. So rare, so valuable. I catch Abigail beaming and my heart lifts. For once I can give her everything, but I must keep her from these people. The circle is not to be trifled with, and my wife is a curious woman. So, yeah, this is already not looking that great. So, well, let's come check out this nice desk. It is a nice desk, isn't it? Well, we got some things here. All right. So, as you can see, you start with an oak tree starts as an acorn, and then becomes a sprout, and then grows into a full-on tree. We can pull this drawer out. Can't do anything about that, but oh hey. Schiller! So yeah, we get to mess around with a Rubik's Cube of sorts. I said, come on. There we go. But it's not doing anything, and that is because we're not 100%, we're not entirely done. Those are the two bits we couldn't see from the front. And now a drawer opens. All right. We move in. We pull the handle. Okay, it looks like something should fit here. So, but we have nothing to fit there. So, but if we come back over here, hey, there's a slot for something to fit. Pardon me. Oh ho. And if you look, one of those thingies, it's a fire steel. We will not be using that for a bit. There. That works. Okay. So let's look further around this desk, I guess. Alright, we need something there. Alright, so we looked at that. Well, let's come in here, then. Obviously, we need a thing there. Nothing we can do there. And as I said, that's where, let's see. Well, let's look around the rest of the room, then. Anything over here we can do? We can't open that. No, it doesn't look like there's much of anything. So we come out. No, let's see. Nope, nothing else we can do out here just yet. The fire steel is... So obviously there's still something we need to do on that desk. Let's see here. Let's see. We looked at that. We looked at that. Hmm. We can come up here, but there really isn't much anything we can do. Like I said, yeah, I kind of got, let's see. And everything over here is, we can't do anything with it until later. So, hmm. Yeah, okay. All right then, thank you very much. So, but honestly, at this point, it's been almost 30 minutes. I believe I'm going to call it here. So, I will see you guys next time. Uh, have a great evening, and thank you for joining me for Let's Play The Room for Old Sins, and I will see you next time. Have a great evening. Goodbye.